a new way how to vote. People coming there, not having to wait until election day to get to vote early. So I really love them satellites. I mean, it's just, I'm so excited. It seems like we're just scratching the potential of those satellites off us. So, one, of course, was decreasing the pay for poll workers and getting the pay processed a lot faster. With our new electronic poll books, they get paid in 2 weeks. And before, it would take like 2 months. And even after the November election, sometimes you get paid, you wouldn't get paid at Christmas time. And it was really a shame people have to work so hard, take training, and still have to wait, 8 months. So that partnership that we have with the City Controller's Office and us purchasing those electronic poll books, the pay just comes out 2 weeks. I would say that. Then I would say our Evolved at 17 program, where you could be as young as 17 and become a poll worker. And those high school students, just introducing them to democracy. It's just the look on their eyes when they want to serve as poll workers and work. It's something you just can't really imagine, and it gives you optimism about our country. So it's going to be the judges, right? So the judges from municipal court all the way up to the state Supreme Court. So, and the judges are very funny because judges can do so much to you with a stroke of the pen, right? They can take your life, your freedom, your children, your money, right? All in one stroke of the pen and one decision, they can do it. So we don't really think about judges in that light, but every odd year there's judges on the bench. And there's new judges that's running, and then there's also judges who are serving for 10 years or even 6 years, depending on the court, where you get a chance as citizens to say, yes, you stay, or no, you gotta go. And that's very interesting, and I hope that people take advantage of it, but unfortunately, people only think that it's real important elections when it's the president or the governor, but they just overlook these judicial races, and it's like judges, they make so many different critical decisions. Like we just had a judge who, a lawyer had filed a lawsuit against SEPTA. They was talking about SEPTA, sided with a lawyer who filed an injunction. And so SEPTA is just back to being SEPTA. And that's a simple decision. And we see those critical decisions even at the state Supreme Court level and at the Supreme Court level. So it's very critical that we, these elections that we don't send on. And this election right here is the elections, America's progress report to how we think about those policies that are occurring in our community. All right, we're seeing unprecedented decisions being made, but is America going to come out and vote? And if America comes out and vote in historic numbers, I think a lot of those policies will get turned over because so many people will come out to vote, and that's going to be an important issue for them to vote. Sure. I mean, listen, there's so many policies that are happening right now, and the way our policies are written in the law is they don't get enacted till around 2027, 2028, 2029. It's not like it happens right now. It's like, here's what we're thinking about doing. So if America sits at home and say, it don't matter, politics doesn't affect, all the excuses that we've heard, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. It matters who is inside office. And so we come out and vote. When I say we, I'm talking about Democrats, Republicans, Independents, America as a whole. Because a lot of times we take off these elections. It don't matter. It's not a presidential election. And we don't see many people as voting as we like to see them vote. But if they come out and vote in a historic number, in a historic fashion, it's going to make policymakers think inside of their head, you know what? I got to listen to the Americans. And that's what the great equalizer is in America, is our free and fair and open elections. Integrity is on that individual person. And I'm so blessed that I believe I have the best staff in the country, right? They have integrity, right, as their process and everything, right? And also we talked about those poll workers earlier. We got 8,500 people, teachers, students, just regular people, retired individuals, younger people from all walks of life, all ages. Some are disabled, some aren't. And they come together for one day to assure that our 700 polling locations are open on time and that the vote tally is accurate. And they do it all with integrity. Before everybody starts, they do the oath, right? And we do an oath every time before anybody gets to the canvas where, they swear that they're not going to write or do anything fraudulent with our election. And they come there, they be on time, and they work hard. And I think that's the continuation of the things that we have. We have a dynamite legal team. Our city solicitors, they march us to every sort of procedure, make sure that we're doing it accurately. And we also have a district attorney. We have state partners. We also have federal partners who are assuring that everything is running accurately and with integrity. So right now, satellite offices are open. So right now, individuals can walk right into those offices, right? Even if they're not registered, they can walk in, get registered, right? And all of our satellite locations, most of them are close to like a Dunkin' Donuts or something. You can go get a cup of coffee, come back, and then it's in the system and they can print out the ballot. Literally it takes about, 5-10 minutes after you get that ballot, fill it out, and your civic obligation is done. And if you're already registered, you can just walk in, request that ballot, print it out, and it's all done. A lot of people are actually voting already. They're seeing people excited. They're on social media. They received their ballots and they're filling them out. So, we have a number of Philadelphians who are actually voting right now. So I'm very excited about that. Technology is very, very, very critical. We're very excited to work with our advertising firm. We definitely got to get more active on social media. We definitely got to talk to the younger voters in this place where they're at. I'm just in D.C. There's a group that has dating app. It was talking about 1835, so they're talking about different solutions. So we definitely look forward to working with to see how can we sort of get to this way. Push notifications. People should be receiving texts and things like that, reminders about the voting, about critical dates. So I'm all for that. We're working on this mobile app. There's always challenges with that, but ultimately, we have a mobile app where you can have all the crucial dates, all the deadlines. You can get geofence, push notifications, and it can even be, interfaced with social media. And you can actually have it in different languages. Something we've been thinking about. So hopefully, it'll happen sooner or later. I've had a lot of constituents concerned about ICE, deportation, citizenship, right? It's a big conversation now. And I think that needs to relate to politics because we see a lot of people, what I've noticed, because there always been misinformation, disinformation, where some people are afraid to be deported for voting. I'm like, man, you can vote, you're not going to get deported. A lot of people are like, nah, so that misinformation, disinformation has been there. But, if that voter turnout increases, you're not going to have those problems. You're not going to have people talking about you. They're doing it because you're not voting the way you should be voting. So there's a direct penalty for not voting. And the African American community, the Latino community, the Asian community has to understand how important, how critical they are, especially in a city like Philadelphia, where they make up the majority of the voting rolls. So it's on us. It's something that we can do. We can remedy this. Yeah, it's pretty low. It's low. It's some of the lowest voter turnouts in our city. But I definitely like to see a change now. And I definitely think that it calls us working together, constantly reminding people, talking to people about how critical this election is. The message needs to be clear. And I think oftentimes if people feel like they're not being spoken to, they're not going to participate in it. So definitely like to work with you. Large capacity. Again, not just print media stuff. Again, it's events. It's constantly talking to people. Yeah. Right? Maybe bring in influencers. Yeah. We got to find some kind of way to maybe bring Bad Bunny. Yeah. Because I think that's what we need to do. And I think it has to be constant and continuous messages and showing this investment. And then also showing the wins. I think sometimes we, as we, implement our policies, when things go great, we don't really talk about it because it's like, but then we got to share that good news. Hey man, this was direct, result in your politics. And if you want more of these great things, then you want to participate just a little bit more inside of the process. The more you vote, right, the more you get. Right? It's a real simple message, right? And we need to hear from you. Right? We got to change the narrative from people to voters. And we having this problem with the masses as a whole. There are rich billionaires who are making policies in the country. That's not the majority. The majority is everyday, hardworking people who want to see a better country for themselves and take care of their family. But we have to vote at a higher level. When you vote at a higher level, policymakers understand that these people here are voting and they care about it. And what could be a mistake, some policymakers may think, well, if they're not voting, then they like what we're doing. So we got to show a clear message that we either like what they're doing or we either do or we don't like what they're doing. And when people see that numbers, and then what's going to happen is people want to be president. They want to be United States Senator. They want to talk to the community. They're going to ask you, what are the 3 things that's important to you? And we're going to tell them, what are those 3 things? They're the 3 things that's important to us. And if you don't do these 3 things, then guess what? I'm not going to vote for you. But if you don't vote, they're not going to talk to you. They're going to say, that group will come out, I got a little extra money, extra time, I might go over and talk to them. Maybe. But we want to be a necessity. I have to talk to this community. And it all starts with us. It all starts with us talking to our family and friends.